Let us practice yoga systematically, step by step. Understand the ideologies of yoga asanas and pranayam and make yoga a way of life.
When you balance your body, you balance your emotions. Imagine your mind is a placid lake, clear and calm. The moment we drop a pebble in the calm lake, ripples are created, disturbing the calmness of the lake. It is natural human tendency to be affected by our emotions and experiences. When we love someone and that love is rejected, we feel hurt. This denial and our experience in love results in low self-esteem and self-pity. With passing of time, as we gradually begin to get involved in other things, our hurt begins to fade. Though our sad experience in love is almost forgotten, the scars leave a deep imprint in the deeper layers of our subconscious mind. In the same manner, all our good and bad experiences in life keep multiplying imprints that create misery or joy in the deeper layers of our subconscious mind. Let us understand the ideologies of yoga so as to experience our emotions without leaving any imprint in our mind. Just as we learn A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, we learn nouns, vowels, verbs. In the same manner, in order to understand yoga, we must understand three basic words. Yoga's Chittavritti Nirodha is a sutra from Patanjali Yoga Sutras, which defines yoga as a complete cessation of the mind. You may wonder, how is this possible when the mind works continuously 24/7 without a single holiday? Well, let us travel our yogic journey a little further. The word chitta comes from its Sanskrit root chit, which means to enlighten. So chitta would mean the enlightened one. Just as we can't see the mind, in the same manner we cannot see the enlightened chitta, but it is the chitta that defines our entire life. Though chitta is often identified as the mind, it is more than the mind, because the chitta also includes knowledge, wisdom, intelligence, ego, and all such stuff. The chitta is an inner world that imprints the effects of all the good and bad experiences of your life, taking you to experience the external world. For example, if your first experience of tasting a mango fruit has been sweet, then next time when you see a mango fruit, you will want to experience the same sweetness again, because this sweetness is imprinted in your chitta. Yoga aims at having the chitta like a clean slate, without any imprints in the subconscious mind, in order to obtain nirvana. But this does not happen because of vrittis. The word vritti comes from the Sanskrit root vrit, which means to revolve in a circular motion. Vrittis are thoughts which constantly arise in our mind, constantly disturbing the tranquility of the chitta. All the experiences in our life, we should feel them, experience them, but do not react to them. Cultivate your yoga practice to control your thoughts or chitta vrittis, so as to create a chitta that remains unaffected by the happenings of the world. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna defines yoga as karma yoga, where you perform your karma or actions without any expectations to its fruit. Only in this manner we will be able to maintain a samatvam buddhi, which is to remain in a state of equilibrium, where we remain unaffected to the good and bad experiences of our life. Stay connected, because only when you understand the ideologies of yoga, you will be able to benefit 100% from its practices.